All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Hamashiach Yahushai Basham Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. Just wanted to sort of touch on I'm going to use the term the fifth wave. UK approves the fifth 19V. This supposedly has 90% efficacy against multiple variants. Okay, so the people that are actually getting the variant are the ones that have been V'd. The people that haven't been V'd aren't getting a damn thing. And this is over 90% curable. And those that are in the know, that have the eye salve, that know, and also a little bit of common sense as well, but common sense isn't common, is it? But we're talking about spiritual common sense though. We can see the outcome, what's going to happen. A lot of the prophets whom I watch of Great Millstone, obviously I'm not part of that, I'm spiritually part of the camp, but I'm not part of the camp, if you don't understand, if you understand my drift. If you follow the camp, we're all spiritually part of that specific camp, GMS. But obviously they don't know me, but I guess, physically, but I watch them and I learn from them, But what I'm trying to say is that if you're in the know, a lot of the prophets have had dreams where, a lot of people that have taken this stuff, they're going to switch really soon. Okay? You seen that movie with Will Smith, right? Yeah? I forgot the name of it now. Dr. Neville something. And where he's going to create an antidote for those people that sort of lust for blood. And I believe, it could happen, because, the authorities have put out literature talking about a so-called zombie outbreak. Yeah? You're basically becoming like an antenna, Hence the reason why they've got black lights in the States. I don't know if they've got in the UK yet, but the UK is such a small island. The government's not effing with the UK at the moment on a heavy scale. They are, but they know that if they really push it the way they are in Australia and the larger countries, the UK is going to go ape shit. Reason being, because the UK is, the United Kingdom, right, is a real small island. A very small island. And they're probably worried that they're going to get caught out, especially with the people that work for the government. Because they're easily accessible. Okay? Whether you live in Greater London or in the city, the city is about, 15 miles away. A lot of people are going to go crazy. They are going to amplify it, but they're doing this thing on the larger countries first, such as Singapore. They've got a lockdown now. They've got a new variant up there, which is the bar 2, which is basically the part 2, because they're using Hebrew words now for the new variant. So, the larger countries, the kind of countries where English is not a first language, where they pretty much believe Esau because they think, the sun shines out of the cracker's ass, because they believe in the image of the so-called white man, Caesar Borgia, etc., etc. And especially Singapore. I think they're it's a Muslim country, I think, with other Eastern religions. But obviously, they think the so-called white man is God. They do speak English up there, but it's not like a major language because not everybody speaks English. So they're doing all these heavy tests and all these heavy things on countries like Australia, because Australia, the reason why they're doing it heavy on Australia is because Australia is a massive land. And the amount of people in Australia is probably the same amount as in the UK. But Australia is like I don't know, I think 15 or 20 times the size. So people can hide, and set up, cover certain territories with guns and stuff and weapons. Hence the reason why they've sort of taken guns away as well from Australia, or certain parts of it. So they're gonna amplify this thing, man, which is what we want, because at the end of the day, it's exciting. It's scary, but not as scary. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we want this to happen. Because the longer this is, I just wish Esau would pull his finger out and get on with it, man. Get on with the fucking thing. Why are you slacking for, motherfucker? Come on, man. Do your charagma. Because once the charagma's here, motherfuckers are lining up to get taking it. Man, Yahushua is around the corner. And in the coming. Anyway. Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. Okay? Most issues that you have in life on a medical basis or on a physical basis can be, taken care of via herbs. You got your ginger, you got your garlic, you got your turmeric. Me being from an Eastern background, turmeric is a big part of the culture that I grew up in, man. Well, it all comes from Jake. I'm trying to say the Jakes that are in Northwest India. We put a lot of turmeric in food. Ginger, garlic is part of the food on a daily basis. Our food is very similar to Ishakar, the flatbread, the curries. Very similar to the Benjamites, what they call roti, which is flatbread. We call it the same thing, roti as well. As well as the chicken, the jerk chicken, the spicy chicken, the butter chicken. Very similar food. It's the actual real dot heads. They eat that weird stuff, and they, and they don't really use utensils and stuff like that. There's Jake amongst there's many tribes and sub-tribes in those parts of the world. A lot of the Jakes actually look like Jakes of the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, but some of them look like straight up, Elam. But some of them are Jake too, Just trying to specify, because a lot of the brothers in America sometimes think that everyone's the same, that are in India or that part of the world. But anyway, like I said, a lot of these things can be alleviated with herbs, exercise, spices, that cleanses the body. Clean water if you can get it, or what we assume is clean, But the Lord did say that, I'm paraphrasing here, that Jacob would, eat poison and live. So we don't know what we're eating, man. But the Lord has put that force field up on certain Jakes and Jake families, and keeping them protected and they're surviving. You have your ailments, you've got your arthritis in your neck, your back, your hands. You may look like a young man, but you got these issues, But in your infirmities, you're glorified, aren't you? Right? Man, it's whatever you have in this thing, I've got a small portion, I believe, nothing major compared to the other prophets. They deserve a lot more, because, man, they're like Energizer bunnies, man, one video after the other, and it's beautiful because you get edified and you get fed through the Spirit, and it's beautiful. But it's beautiful having the name, man, Acts 4:12, because there's only one name under heaven that we must be saved. Only one name, man. That's the password. If you don't have the password, you can't go through the straight gate. And the rest of it is endurance. And you need that. And you've got to pray without ceasing, man. You've got to pray without ceasing. You've got to constantly pray. Until I don't pray in the morning, once I get up, I hit the incense on and everything before I start the plantation or whatever. Yeah, I don't feel locked in. Once I've prayed, I've done my prayers in the Hebrew, mind you, right? And the English. Yeah, I don't feel locked in. You've got to feel locked in. Once you're locked in, you feel like you're covered. You feel that you're in that spiritual chariot, and you're walking through life, driving your car, whatever, and you're protected. You know what I'm trying to say? And you get certain spiritual things happening to you today, be it spiritual numbers, or you might see a chariot zoom through the sky, or, I even saw a chariot bobbing outside my yard, man. About 3-4 houses away, like a little ball of light. And I looked out the windows on the right-hand side. Mind you, that's spiritual as well, turning my head right. It was there just bobbing up and down. During the Passover, I looked up in the sky. There was a really neat circle above my house the night before the Passover. And I knew it was a chariot sort of covering my house. A neat circle. It was like, like when you get one of them, what do you call those things? Excuse me. Architecture, people who work in architecture use. Like a stencil, like a really neat circle. And all the clouds around it were there, but it was like a really neat cut circle in the sky. About the size of, say, 3 or 4, I don't know, about probably, let's just say, I'm not going to give an estimate, say about a circumference of maybe 50 feet. Yeah? Is above the house. And I knew it was spiritual. I'm not being like, like I'm somebody, I'm nobody, but I'm just saying that the Lord is real, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, otherwise I'm nobody. All I'm saying is that the Lord is real. Okay, and all you fools out there that believe in this queendom and this is all you have, you can have it, man. I want to live righteously, man, in a righteous world, in a safe world where your children are safe, man. I want to see my King Yahushua, man. I want to bow to him, man. I want his hand on my head blessing me. If I ever get that chance. Whether it's on the first trip or whether I'm born in the kingdom again. I want that. And I'm going to say this as well with confidence, not with pride. I've seen him. Okay? I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to keep that one personal. I mentioned it in an old video, but that channel got deleted. But I'm not going to mention it again. I just thought about it. You know what? I'm just going to keep that one to myself. But I've seen him. Okay? Read Revelations. So Revelations 14. The white garment, the white afro, brown skin, white beard, glowing eyes. Yeah. Yeah, that's my king. Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. They're going to come heavy, hot and heavy. They're going to come, Like Thessalonians mentions, though they say peace and safety, they shall not escape. Paraphrasing there. Like in that movie 2012, where that, if you've seen the movie, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger on the guy drops his children off at his ex-wife's house. I think, was he picking them up or something like that? He's dropping them off, actually, yeah. And Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that everything's cool, nothing to worry about. As soon as he drops them off, he jumps into his limousine. Earthquake happens. The floor caves in. So though they say peace and safety, though they say peace and safety, but they shall not, like a woman in travail, they shall not escape. Just paraphrasing there. And this is the key part, man. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 16. Rejoice evermore. 17. Pray without ceasing. And everything give thanks. For this is the will of Abba Yahweh in Hamashiach Yahushai concerning you. No matter what goes on in your life, you feel that, okay, this could have happened, that could have happened. I could have done it this way. Sometimes that happens to me. I start thinking, I should have done this, I should have done that. If those of you that have got an ex-wife like I have, and you brought up your children by yourself like I did, the Lord blessed me where my children stayed with me. And she didn't take my kids. You know what I mean? Because as Jakes, what we do is we think with our little head, and we Jake men, we love women. We love beautiful women. So, sometimes things get rushed and you have children, right? But it is what it is. That's the way the Lord planned it. I say Tawari Haubashim Meshai for my children. But what you do is sometimes you think, I should have asked that girl out, I should have gone out with that girl, whatever. It doesn't always work out like that. You assume that you got control of your life. It's not that way. Because man's goings are of the Lord. Then how can a man understand his own way? There is no such thing as free will. You may think you have free will. Even the free will that you think you have, the Lord is controlling. Okay, there's no such thing as free will. Okay, everything's planned from birth by the Lord. He is the ultimate, what term can I use? Ultimate movie director. Salaki, this is the Lord's movie, man. He's directing it. He's producing it. He's got the characters. Okay, the main character the hero is Jacob. The villain is Esau. And everybody else, the heathens, are just basically bystanders or fillers in the movie. And they're all going, and all the heathens are going slavery, so is Esau. Yeah? But Jacob is the hero. Just wait till these shackles become loose. And Jake gets that power and the Lord amplifies it. Esau, you're in trouble, man. Anyway, what I'm saying is that, this is coming, man. The fifth wave. They've got the fifth vaccine coming out, a new variant. They've locked down Singapore in the last 24 hours. Sorry, in the last couple of days. And that's going to amplify around the world. Okay? They give you bullshit like Will Smith and Chris Rock for the idiots out there to get swayed so their thoughts don't focus on the important things of life. Okay? And that kind of shit's only going to work on you, like Apostle Ricard has coined the term GMO babies. That's going to work on you. Okay? But not for the individuals or the Israelites out there that are waiting on the Lord, that want to live in a righteous kingdom. That shed tears at the thought of seeing their king. It's going to be scary seeing him, but we want to see him nonetheless, because he is our king. Hamashiach Malak Yahushai. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Bashem Rakak Wadash. Shalom.